This is a Dell Optiplex 755. I may have already made a YouTube video about this, but I just want to show you something here. There's a piece of paper on this. This was donated to me, this computer. Piece of paper on this says locks up. Alright, and it says, I'm not sure what that, randomly I think is what that means. Check motherboard. Okay, so that's what it has. And I don't know who's actually been working on this, but that's just what it's been given me. So now on this guy, you pull this thing back, and it releases the side panel. It just comes right off. So I'm going to show you something in here. Now, when you open these up, if you have a computer like this, and it's not that old, it's definitely not that old at all. You look down at the capacitors. All these capacitors down here should be flat top. There should be nothing bubbled up. I can't see what's underneath this. Yeah, I'm sure I made a video about this because I told you how to get to all this stuff before. So this is a little bit of redundancy on this, on how to get the fan out and clean it and everything. Alright, but what I'm going to do is take this hard drive out. I'm going to bring it over to my other system over here, like I did with that ATA hard drive I put on YouTube. And I'm going to run a check disk on it, probably knock down the partition, and reload this thing, see if it works. The thing is I'm going to do the check disk to see if that is actually a bad hard drive. Now I have this the hard drive plugged in on SATA cables coming out the back of my custom made computer for doing this. All right, after it's been recognized and ready to be used, it defaults to popping up to see what's inside the folder. I really don't care what's in this thing. I'm going to launch my Adobe Partition Assistant program. Okay, it gives me my administrator's password thing. And we see it right here. So 149 is what's on there. Okay, what I want to do is click on that. I want to delete the partition because I don't care what's on that. I'm going to hit the check up there and hit proceed. Do you want to proceed? And it goes through. It's very fast in doing it. It's only a 160 gig. After the partition has been deleted, you can come over here and do a surface check. Okay, and here we are again at this. This is what I did with the 20 gig hard drive ATA, and then we hit start. And in case you haven't seen that, the green means good and it's normal, and red means damaged. Alright, so we have some green right there, and I'll bring it back when it's done. Well, let's see. All green, no red. Alright, that means the hard drive surface is good. And let's see, locks up. Check the motherboard. Motherboard looks fine in here. Alright, so the thing I want to check is the RAM. I'm going to do diagnostics on that, the processor, and the power supply. We're going to do all sorts of checks on this and see what it comes up to be. It could be just the operating system that was causing the problem. I put the 160 gig hard drive that passed the surface test back in the computer, and I boot it up, and I'm going to select diagnostics, and let's see what it goes through. It's going to go through its percentage. Now I want to see if it actually picks up the smart feature on the hard drive, because that's what needs to be tested, just like I did with the 20 gig. It's on YouTube. So this is the short test passed. I do an optical. I don't have a CD drive in there, or CD in there, to actually see if anything's happening. It's probably going to go through and check the RAM also. So this may take a while, and I'll bring it back if anything comes up, or if it doesn't come up. Now, what came up is a no problems found on your system so far. Do you want to run the remaining of the test, which takes about 30 minutes or so. Now, if you look down here, hard drive, all these tests have passed. So it doesn't look like it's going to do the rest of the hard drive, like the surface test that was done and all that. So I don't know what it actually tested, DST short test. Okay, so I'm going to hit yes to this and let it go through the 2 CPU memory checks and all that. It's going to take so long just to make sure that the memory is good, and that's the percentage thing up there is going to run. So after this comes back, I'm going to probably see if PC check will work on this computer, and check the hard drive like I did with 20 gig. Make sure that the smart feature, actually the smart chip's working on that thing. Well, it does doing a pre-boot system assessments complete. No diagnostic partition potential is identified, so it's okay to reboot. So what this is saying, everything is passed, that it has checked. Okay, so if anything, this helps you out with your Dell Optiplex 755. Okay, as far as doing the diagnosis, but I personally am not happy with this, so I'm going to reboot and boot to my CD, and hopefully my old PC check program will work on this computer, but we'll see. Alrighty, my diagnosis program does work. I'm doing the VAX test. I'm going down to hard disk. Select the hard disk. There it is, 160. Alright, I'm going to do the smart test. And it does not support the drive. I love it. So we have no idea if the smart feature of that works. The only way is to, in the BIOS, have it check at boot up for the smart problem. I'm going to do some other tests here. The problem, the ticket on top of this does say check the motherboard, so I'm going to check the motherboard. Memory from what I saw was checked on the CPUs, but the actual memory chip has not been set. That's the longest test. So I'm going to check both the processors again, let's see, run all tests. This goes pretty quick, but I'm not going to show you this. This is a very old program, but it's really pretty cool. I'll bring you back when everything's done. So as far as the motherboard that freezing up or might be causing it, everything is passed. The time is in sync. I did not have to sync the time or select to sync the time. The BIOS date is 6/12, which right now is 7/14, so about 2 years old. All right, it's a dual CPU. Both CPU chips did pass. Now what I'm going to do now is it's got the 2 gigs of RAM. It's got a single chip with 2 gigs of RAM on it. That's going to take, believe it or not, 2 gigs is going to take several hours. So because this does a very in-depth check. So that 30 minutes check that the system did was probably just the CPU RAM, not the base RAM, that 2 gig chip that's on the motherboard. So that's what I'm going to check on this now. Well, there it is. Memory chip is good, and that can only mean that the smart feature. But actually what I thought is when I put a SATA drive over here in this computer on those plugs, this guy will beep and with alarms are going off when the smart feature fails, so the smart feature must be good. Just to cover the bases here, I'm going to test all the other the video memory and everything else, just to make sure. Like this guy right here is going to go through and do a bunch of stuff. So all in all, I think everything's good. And must this little gripe right here must have been software related. And hey, nice having a free computer. So here we go. We're in the setup. I want to show you this. Under, just going to scroll down and go down to Smart Report. It's turned off right here. We're going to tab over. We're going to hit Enter and then tab over to On. And now it's on. It's highlighted on. So down on the bottom, hit Escape to exit. And we're going to save and exit. So it's going to reboot, and we're going to see if there's no operating system on this hard drive. I don't think there is. I wiped it clean. So we're just going to come out to no disk. But the thing is to actually test to see if the smart feature has failed. So here it goes. We're going to let it go ahead and do the boot up. It's going to be pretty quick. Okay, and no beeping, nothing like that, or no boot device available, and that's fine because there is none on there. F5 to run diagnostics, we're not worried about that, so the hard drive is actually good. Alright, so that's it for the video.